Hi there guys, and welcome once again to Jonesy's vlog. So we've really got into pre-season now, and we've played a few matches over here on English style. Starting with the Geyser game, the 2-0 victory there. Went to that, and well, it wasn't great really. There wasn't too much on show. The first side that were on for sort of the first 55-60 minutes didn't create much. There wasn't too much to really talk about. I mean, it was that sort of boring. I think it was one shot by Michael Tong that went over the bar, but apart from that, not a lot to report. Maybe it was a good sign that we were keeping the ball on the floor. You know, there were little to no long balls really, which I suppose was a good thing and a good sign. So yeah, things only really kind of started to get going a bit when all the substitutions were made, and basically the team was completely switched over in the second half. Things started to happen a little bit. The defence started to sort of shut Geyser out a little bit, because fair play to Geyser, you know, they are a decent side, and they you know, they had us rattled a few times. You know, they had a few chances. But once those substitutions were made, we started to take control of the game, which you were expecting really. Come on, and started to make a few more chances, and obviously, you know, we ended up getting the 2 late goals. And I mean, pre-season for me, it's never really the result. I mean, it's always nice to get, you know, as a football fan, you know, when people say results don't matter, you always want to win a game, no matter who it is you're playing. But I think the most important thing with pre-season is obviously the performances, seeing how the team comes together, trying out new tactics, formations, that kind of thing, and basically trying to get it all sorted and figured out for the first game of the season. So really, for me, there wasn't too much to take out of that game. The main positive was really seeing some of the youngsters on show. You know, they were looking really impressive. I think, is it Lewis Cook, is it? No, it's Lewis Walters. He looked quite good. He looks a decent, strong little striker. It'd be nice to see him push into the first team this year. That'd be really good to see. And a few others were on show as well, and everyone's sort of been talking them up. And just seeing them have a real strong influence in pre-season is really good to see. And they seem to have been having, you know, there's been a number of different teams playing. There's sort of the development squad, there's the under-21s, the under-18s, that kind of thing going on. And they seem to have been doing really well. Everything seems to be coming together, you know, quite nicely there. So again, it's good to see the youngsters doing well, and for me that's always a massive positive to see, you know, basically the future team, hopefully, coming along so nicely. You know, that's a major positive, and sometimes people do forget that. But then we moved on to the Mansfield game on Tuesday night. Wasn't there, and didn't listen to it, so I can't really say too much. So I can only go by what people have said who were there. You know, losing 2-0, like I say, the result isn't the main point, but it's the fact that the performance sounded really poor. And that's what's a little bit worrying. You know, I'm not going to go OTT about it because it is just one game. But you know, 3 weeks away from the start of the season, and putting in a little bit of a horror show like that, like I say, it's just a little bit worrying. I mean, I've seen the goals. Steve Morrison with a fantastic back pass straight to their striker that led to their penalty. And then some pretty poor defending by both Tom Lees and Zach Thompson for the second goal. And like I say, from the people that were there, they were saying that we created hardly any chances. Yes, we're still sticking to the sort of pass and move football, and again, not many long balls have been played. So again, bit of a positive, but creating very little or no chances against a League 2 outfit, that's what's worrying. Like I say, it's not the result that's the matter. No, in pre-season, if you lose a game but you've put in a decent performance, tried out some new things, then fair enough. But sort of go down go down with a whimper like that is really disappointing, really, and it wasn't good to hear or see on Twitter. You know, people like Phil Hay sort of saying his displeasurement of seeing the game, and a lot of fans that were there. So it just shows again that, you know, clearly a lot of work needs to go in over these next couple of weeks before that Millwall game, and obviously we clearly need some new players in. And of course that night we had I can't remember his first name, but Viviani from Roma was there watching with his people, and by all accounts he wasn't best pleased. And you can't blame him, really. I mean, by all accounts quite a few other clubs have been after him, quite a few big clubs as well. So, you know, seeing a half-hearted performance by you know, his potential new club at Mansfield that night isn't going to do us any favours, really, is it? So apparently that's still meant to be ongoing, this transfer for him. I don't think it's just meant to be that. I think there are some contractual issues going on, and Cellino's kind of got involved. He's talking to his people, vice versa. So hopefully we can have some kind of deal or some kind of news over the next couple of days, whether that's going to go through or not, because the longer it goes on, you know, the less likely it is to happen, really. And there's not really been many other real links to any players. I think there was a defender, wasn't there? But I think he's gone to another top club. You know, when we're up against some, you know, teams like Inter Milan are meant to be after some of the players we're after. So, you know, as soon as names like that get mentioned, you can kind of rub us out of the picture, to be honest. So yeah, there's not really too much else to mention. After the Geisel game, it was, you know, it wasn't a completely wasted day. Managed to meet quite a lot of the players afterwards. It was just a very nice, chilled out sort of thing as well. That's the thing I like about pre-season and going to the local sides like that. You know, the fact that you do get to meet the players and just have a general chat with them and have a laugh with them. Again, you know, they all seem to be getting on really well. You know, there seems to be a team spirit there. You know, all the new signings seem to be kind of hanging around together. You know, there was Bianchi, De Cara, Silvestri. They all seem to be hanging about, but again, getting on with the fans really well. I mean, Silvestri had a good word with me and my mates, and he seemed in good spirits. He seems to have a constant smile on his face. So it looks like he's going to be a good guy to have some banter with this season. But yeah, like I say, it was just a really nice chilled out day, and you know, it wasn't the most enjoyable game, but everyone seemed to you know, enjoy themselves a little bit. So the next game is away to Chesterfield on Saturday. So, you know, an even tougher test. Chesterfield, the League One outfit, obviously, followed by Swindon. Swindon away. There's a game against Glenavon. That's the day after the Swindon game, so I'm guessing it's going to be two completely different sides playing in those games. And then the Dundee game on the Saturday, which I wasn't going to, but now I am. So, you know, £5 a ticket, you can't really say no to that. So looking forward to that. Looking forward to getting back to Welling Road. It's amazing how much you miss that place over the summer, even if it has been such a depressing place to be over the past few years. So that's all I've got to say, really, guys. There's not really been too much else to report over the past few days. A couple of injuries as well. Walters and Hunt got injured. Not nice to see some people pretty much glorifying Hunt getting injured over Twitter. I think it's really pathetic and sad, to be honest. You know, everyone deserves a second chance. You know, I'm willing to give Steve Morrison a second chance this year. So, you know, that kind of says it all. So, you know, having met Noel Hunt on Saturday at Guiseley, and loads of other people have met him, and you know, he's such a lovely guy, such a nice guy, always has time for the fans, and he's been the first to admit how poor last season was for him. And at the end of the day, players don't go out there to play terribly. You know, he's going to have been embarrassed and disappointed with the way last season went. So just give him another chance, see how things go this season. If it doesn't work out, then obviously he's probably not got much for future at the club. Same for Steve Morrison and a couple of other players as well. But to you know, to get the abuse that he has done, and people, you know, glorifying the fact he's injured, I'll never agree with. I don't really understand that logic. Yeah, that was disappointing to see. So yeah, like I say, nothing else to say, guys. A bit of a quick one. So let me know your thoughts below if you've been to any of the pre-season games yet, or if you're planning to go to the upcoming ones over the next week or so. Then let me know. Let me know your thoughts on pre-season already. Once again, on the ins and outs on the transfer front, and you can do that in the comments below or at my Twitter at ChrisJonesLUFC. And a reminder to go and check out my brand new gaming channel along with two of my good friends. That's at Bartat Gaming on Twitter, or just search Bartat Gaming on YouTube. For those of you that enjoy having a laugh and enjoy watching three complete noobs mess about on various games. Yeah, go check that out and subscribe. That'd mean a hell of a lot to us. So yeah, that's all from me, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, I'll see you all very soon.